ɛyɛ nipa ye fra ye ho Ghana fo ɛna sɛ adwene ye ho kane masɛ dwumadie bi ase na mehyɛ ase minya calls sije to bo ase sije ya no bokoboko sije amanfo ba fa ho tan sije kwane kakra sa metie safo no a wo mo fra me no a mensumo o my Ghana apofo wo mo bre fishermen wo mo bre na masima junipi sa konkomai sa hunu sa aban omampani a oteso His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo sa hunu sa Minister of Fisheries Honorable Elizabeth Afolekwe sa hunu sa Director of the Fisheries Commission Ora Michael Atadazi sa hunu sa wamu etu cycle hu anamon sa ne wamu twere no 2019-2020 budget ni mu no sa hunu a minjem I'm telling you minjem because araho nipa dodo a wamu depend on epuso adwuma they make about 10% of Ghana's population. Nipa over 2 million Ghanaians and wamu di amunya adwuma bia ye free poba enamo a ye benya no nya ye ton ni momu ton wamu ho wamu action in chain momone a driver for wamu train namo ne de badwom top bus ahodo a wamu pe fish fresh fish di aye adwuma restaurant ahodo a wamu pe fresh fish di aye adwuma ene makodwom kura wamu nya nam no wamato nam no wamu nya bi esa nipa bani samua Ghana ha yetra ho eye nhwe ha ma China fo Chinese fo ya Chinese fo defo ya wamu nu ponase nyina apra pono ase enam nketenkete nyina wamu pratugu ne ati ho hwe wom ensamu aban no kan budget nim wadada Ghana for 13th November 2019 and a Minister of Finance Kanoforata Kwejina Parliament. Mr. Speaker, we assure Ghanaians that cycle is coming to an end. 13th November 2019, 2 days later, just 2 days later, and a Ghana Industrial Trawlers Association, JITA, 2 days, and I'm the press release by, sir, Psycho no, you suspended. What an insult. Sir, Psycho no, you suspended. Psycho no, you suspended. It's just like, I'm Robert Bon, can I say, maybe we are. Na afa later what send letter say ma suspend am robbery no answer but we dey down ho so anytime betimi abu asim omanya yetim no omanya yetim no na mai amanyofo afa Ghana fo wama fayefo Fisherman beto diesel, or beto fuel, a good outboard bottom. What for nipa ka ho? They are for poneso. A whole day, 2 days, 3 days, no more da poneso. Wababa enam fia no deba, enam fia no deba. Nisenti ni say China for no ma Japan so aboso. Net a yesi mayan fan kopo. Net a yesi mayan fan kopo. Net a eni nkete ena China for no wamu di inam. Joining me on Facebook. Na she Juma China for no wamu edi no wamu di ni yensuo so. Joining me on Facebook. Ena fishermen wamu sugu wamu yam. Enwa mene mami bi kasai. Oye big time businesswoman. Enam ho adwuma no ye. Enam ho adwuma eno ye. Asisi madwuma sei. China for no mu gu ye nwuma. Say anhwe ni ye a me say afi 2020 e bekọ na wie ye. Ye nya nam enam ba enam kosua kora wopum. Say anhwe ni ye a ye nya enam baako enam kitekete kora wopum Ghana ha. China for no be planam ni wie a wamakwa akoton agisika de aguam kotokuom na yeto omayim ni ehwe wo mo na yewan bato afi yewan abato afi amanyofo oba beba aba campaign ton along our coast one by campaign na sa yanya bibia cycle no ho a I am ready to lead a demonstration across our beaches, coastal villages in ano. Me media to me hoso. Nama kobeki so say politician bien ho and especially MPP. Abaya otiswe. Bien ho na obabe campaign and I beto abade amano. Because it's an insult. Say cycle no air crosswo. Na waba campaign. Now I bet you apam I tray you cry friends saying tray no I bet you bi what you net what you outboard motor. Mimi so outboard motor no me fam me kanu ne ho na me fam ko wuram kwayo otwen. Outboard motor no me fam kwayo otwen won wuram. Wo kwayem. Anam fam kwayo adoa. Outboard motor no a Modi baba chicha mayen abato afie me fa koyi no ma wo wiem yehwe mo potumi am kan sema kese shebo akesa kodo me ba wo shebo kese ya to aba no ma mu wi a na fa akoya asem foforo. Taking all of us for granted. Insulting our intelligence. Insulting us. Dear Tam. Oh, I forget it. I'm on your head. You draw to see any church. A pampane. A album mutanko. Me shiraso. Jordan, many sockets. Shall come to fiancé. And then, many better Dwaso. So can you tell me ka? And a person me temper no kosoro because me dream me one NCC so looks to me like politicians are taking us for granted. Wama fireful. Na me can say what is America? Say ye beto abai. Wama ba aprobo, wama ba campaign. Aba chicha outboard motors, ne nets, ne apampani adi amayin. Outboard motor ne yemfa nkoyin krantie. Wurem. Nambia ni nsuo no mu na wo cheche outboard motor ama me no na wo se me fanye den me mo ka hye na me nso amfa nchi krom Socrates Socrates aban no ahyebo eso ni so Mashada nya time akenkan 2020 budget statement. I presented on 13th November 2019. Makaim and clearly, Socrates, the government has failed. I don't know, so I want to Socrates.
Well, sir, oh, sir, and Boshe, and then near my cousin, you know, you buy a drink because, first of all, I mean, share with you for any Ghana for new be out here, you know,
I tell you for you,
yeah, that was in so, and you may be moody. Sanya Wakano, my show program, no, and Sanya Wa Church and near Memuno. Say your fun is near fun is a man for lives are stake. Now say your share say sa psycho yeah say in near me a provided livelihood to fun is to the maximum about 1,500 people as against over 500,000 people. Artisanal with fishermen, and Namia say a buying a bobby. I before you can a bobby and a salmon. I provided direct job employment to the man, Yamame the youth. Nina, so your calculations, but you can't cover 500,000 direct jobs. Intino say way the two way now. Say cycle no omwa a provider of livelihoods no. There is no way I'll bet media compare artisanal. As a share, na say gusu na say niema jin sema. Yes, a national disaster. A be or while be baby say adeni yegusu eke kansem yegusu eke kansem. Send ya watch it no. Yan nam no baby a edru no. For the last 2 decades, over 80% decline. Let's just say, baby, elbow bokono. And Sir, last time, me can you know. Science prediction, or almost about 3 years ago. And also, not that time, no, baby, and namne drew no. Until for like the 3 years ago, Hoshe. And this year, so my projection, and also, no, so far. The key things are, you name say, you bet to me, you bet to me, Siano, nothing there, ya tenafene, ya green, Hosania, you bet to me, other things, no, and also, this year, me who say close season, so embassy. Into no, natural say, June, July, August, a so-called bumper season. Science, and so, you can say, the peak spawning season. Chile and naming in our barbetun kosia almost wono. A free for all, canoe for couple, trollers a couple, obia a couple, cycle so eguso. Let's say, analyzing very, very well. There is a danger really ahead of us. Me, I am convinced, science projection, because Sanya Mekano, a ban, a bobby. Samano, emu three way no science way for nakasa fishermen nakasa many omushia no over 2,000 of them nyina shia no omu kire say anchovy no pe ana omuta hu no more ni aka ni nyina ye kra na so ohwehwe cycle namuna uhu sadnella eban no uhu bi wom uhu mackerel salmon so uhu bi wom now so yan keten juveniles inti if we don't take a decision now, it is not about say cycle bibia sani alkan am robbery a man of ejuma other illegalities and so yan confons and ejuma, but at the expense of who? At the expense of the over 2.7 million Ghanaians, and only questions I will say,
yes.
Now, when you have some idea, you between yes, because it is in plain sight. Uko Elmina, Ube who say is just there. Now, another question, so bit maybe someone say. Is it profitable to even omo engage a banner yam mame for no motor cycle namna se only omo dinkite ho a ube hu se eye ka no omo bo because enam no enye quality ni nti no e ba na se e defrost pen na start say nti no omo freeze na e ba na start say defrost na start say to me fan compare your fresh ones now canoe for hard working canoe for across all the 4 coastal regions.
Yeah.
No, you can't compare it. So ARA who says such a thing that is leading to a disaster is ongoing. And I hear the area management. Who says emergency situation now? And you feel now better now in Como. And was we see ano and son our finding other ways and so our bed and all the best sustaining. But at the moment, we don't see it. We don't see it. Last year, training say vessel can be 95 Luron U 956 be I buy a bomb more than a chain and say what all yet cycle ye any J you're finding 1 million any J me project and say yeah they call papers move or be any J this year yet it says our vessel now call yes or chichi and now kitten a yusu a blanket and kitten so no the same vessel you're searching. It's a question they say a brand case a court. I ain't doing a ban no license. Yes. Into when evidence, yes, say law ni juma dia. Ubia bebu ne neguso. Aye ni mope. You can't say observers. Omu rules all vessels nina trawler vessels ne say and come presence nipo na ebe deterrence. Send your muhu ben say I buy war trawler ne so nti eni say ye near my bonny. Now so still cycle air coso.
That's what me bow observers are some ya will so can see. And you say bia ye bribe woman and woman mama accurate information on what is happening at sea. And also so be ya more threat, ya more training, wouldn't now kwa kasa. Ya be you say, and also so intimidations be and until amasa adwuma we no akwaya ineffective. Socket.
If you share yen any amount for baby so I HRS observers no or more reports no a capture in near my bonia air coso. Question is ye the ye juma and answer yen fan ye juma. So my reports no capture say near my bonny way more coso and that's yen fan ye juma. Any of my home fast on so anything. Then the question say also ye beside your home. Send you a video name who say marine police. Almost coche rainy be cycle boats nibi.
Yes.
So almost chi now so emrano enye ejuma. Not just we are putting even them at risk. When I look at the whole thing holistically and the hardworking people involved to try to address this issue, akaya kakra. Na se ya nye bibia se na machechire mu no we enye doom enye nyeme bi wo ho a ubetunye sia no sisi a cycle ya dia ye betunye sia no sisi a
but Socrates, do we have that luxury of time? We don't like I explained, we don't. Senior this year yenye close to it and at least we should end cycle this year if anything at all. Because I classify cycle, say, it is the mother of all illegalities. A cycle, air cosentino, a bit more the dynamite, air couple, the chain, a bit the chemicals. We need to be careful of even the fish we are eating because of these illegalities. We don't have the luxury to sit down and even deliberate. This is something that can be resolved because trawlers are kesiano or recommended gear nets right ones also on the chip. So ya me dey in fact to me. Ya chino or net mienu not or the recommended one no one near ni sizes ya kitten. Until o analyze here, me personally I always say it is a moral issue. Trawlers no e daho. Because the percentage, almost say by catch. Now, so what percentage, and you say coachinam. Now, buy, do any say what about
40 to 50%. Can you say bycatch? No. You're targeted, deliberate.
No.
If you want to say, Adena, say, you're too good to my best saying, you know, you're the man afrafono, not just say, yeah, bois or minor. If you are taking the juveniles out, how can you say, oh, bois or minor, now, oh, bois, you are destroying it. And, you know, I don't know why. Maybe in painful a bit to me, I can want to me survey. It will bring a national disaster. We don't know. A fraction from Western, from Volta to Western, you need be didn't come up, didn't come up, or natural letters. Be assigning and check. Say in pioneer, but say because it is not something that will be nice. You know, come on, you know, say, yeah, him say, or minor Ghana, like kind of 2018, this government was able to stop cycle. That clearly shows, say, bibi. Send your budget national this year, no, cycle, government, say, president, this current government is capable. It is true, say, it has been there for many years. But our stocks have also not been in a terrible shape as this year. And mami, ya drink kobi bisu say. You can say and stocks is say ya. Ebi oho akwa and now be hu enam ne bako. Ochina be hu bako. Now so send ya uchi unya campaign no. And so there be as you see akwa 111. Not say it is west. Oh boka. Now countries are allow almost stocks as say recovery it be take it by 10 years, it be take it by 15 years. So are we China say by end of this year, these fishermen over 140,000 for 10 years. What will happen in the communities? What will happen to their dependents? What will happen to young almost no? And then the question is, I will say, we are living on a time bomb. You are sounding alarm for several years. It is worse this year. This government can do something. The good thing is that all the fishermen across the 4 regions are in support to end cycle. You know, it favors every government to be too and I'm also obeying.
Okay, so Jinasumame, na Mesaka, Honorable Francis Kingsley Atukujo, or your Deputy Minister of Fisheries and Member of Parliament for Ekunfi. Honorable Timinka. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I made that channel.
Make I say 2019, what is your budget in him? Say, psycho, a idea, a two better. A go see saying.
Me, I made that say, Papa. Libya meka cycle asama ameka say cycle started back 35 years ago. And a big business things about the 20s and the past 20 years on a cycle a big business. I buy a way to me stop for cycle one day po. But nanado I buy a young people buying I soak it to him. We're able to stop cycle for about a whole year. Now eventually, I'm saying, go for the letter come on and pay because implications are now when you say,
I have for a letter come on and penny.
Your association, your friend association of bycatchers.
Okay.
Association of bycatcher dealers, yes.
As soon as Ghana Industrial Trawlers Association, no.
Yes, so industrial trawlers, no. I want to sell it if you like. Any association, so bycatchers, buyers.
Okay, Dwaso Mami.
And she almost the letters come on and pay ma. She say demonstration na de ko central na de. About so who the policy be ba. I say you need to look at the implication of the policy on the very lives of the people you want to implement the policy on. And there were a lot of demonstrations in the central region, creating governance issues for us, economic issues, social issues, because you will say. A fish from coffee fish as far as Suani but cycle fish or Elmina near Pam. It's a big industry, it's a big business, supporting the livelihood of so many people. And from that time, you know, say, okay, you're doing the prempe and whichever. And what can we do in the short term? What can we do in the long term, medium term? What can we do in the long term? So at that time, the short term, she say, okay, so there, and I'm not going to say, someone found by a metric. And she yabo mojan say, nya eye undersize no found better mahabo. Na ye officially a buying finance so na yantoma and me no some business because na Ghana for sunya nem because already na nam say asan. This is all to address the challenges of toilets. Omo de ebuan ketenkete na there omwezi net and high no more panam ketenkete no. They almost made water and upper water fish. And you have a different problem at a different level. But I'm speaking specifically to the cycle business, and industry. No, a lot of people are involved. We are Ghana for also Mudi every day. And I buy be banner say atum 1 year. I been be on atum that could put 1 whole year. And I buy my entrance here. In entrance, I catch on society. Omofa adian tama na omofa adian watama omoba tama no unfortunately no 2 buses amba tama ba fa na komkon accident me abi mu kram say nipa ba ko hwe no ko saden ntia be ya dey be a big issue na fi demonstrations and so sorry me na biom gidi and during the demonstration e ban won be share catch on say aban we e aban a ochi obi anu so but aban we so support ejuma enye papa emboa and we are so concerned about sustainable expression of the resource. And to the way I'm exporting, I am fine. And to Amun Kai, Yane Kanu, friends, and Troy and Betrancy. Yane Troy say Kayam or Mankasa letter brand and say they have suspended cycle fishing activities for good. Until further notice or whatever. I mean, they are suspended for until further notice.
Maybe was it for good or until further notice?
They are suspended until further notice. Until further notice, not for good. They are suspended sacrificial until further. As I make just about October, November 2019. Normally, and as far as the ministry is concerned,
about about 15th November 2019.
Exactly, 15 November, no,
yes.
And as ministry, and who controls the industry, and these people being our partners, we agreed and accepted, say, no cano, say, suspended. Meanwhile, we also have dialogue with EU. Interco EU meeting, November, Brussels, I led the meeting. Made the letter to them when they were excited. All of us were excited. Yeah, buy ya teach we and COVID the buy. COVID the buy. One say maybe be about hot. I fear I say EFG. Omonam redo say psycho activities. But I don't blame them because they get their funding from international institutions, and they need to paint this picture for them to get their money.
No, but Honorable, so okay, say because of funding, I almost can. And it's not we are Juma no me na me no nyagene. I
agree with you. And they are privy to the letter. Uncle Fachono. So what at least you come to the mission and prompt us.
No, but how does Jita write a letter giving explanation and giving reason? Say I have suspended cycle. It's just like I'm robber. And I'm Robert Saugana Henina. Now, I'm come trouble my letter. Say we've suspended armed robbery for 2 months. After 2 months, we'll come back and
make a choice say, confidential protest, come my president. And the president can say, Senior Yatumuno, young chance, and chance, we designed where you're for crime, baby. So let me tell you, let me finish with the other things. I'll come back to your question. Other measures, medium-term measures, co-management policy. As part of the requirement from the president saying one chance, you develop a co-management policy, either called cabinet, in your approval. And what co-management policy seek to do is say, to my ministry, you the big call in Pano, they could have for Nasa. A for Morgan and many ministry, any traditional authorities. You have for me co-management team. You have Shambra on Pano. I hear never say say ne pese couple, say ne pese couple. And all this, it is also to enable us say, for no be how I didn't hear and confirm it. Your official to fisher engagement, Enya for ye, enya papa, I'm watching some national education. I church on my church say yes, I could. And Trollers and also the reason is that we let her know what on surface of it is to suspend cycle. But basically, your Trollers be brave. More licenses. And they took that decision, say, from now going, cycle bill. And so that we can actually, that's a commitment to make sure that we give them their licenses to go back to fishing. And that is from that time the COVID match. COVID match, me and for COVID by to be honest with you, me said I'm coffee papa. Because everyone wants a miansa. This team goes. Into Bia, Mina Meko, Bia, Minister Beko, I know before for Beko. And you don't go to office often. And shut down evidence until we heard this in the news. That's what I'm saying, say. The Manchester Foundation, if you mean well, who buy and channel make say, oh, confirm the letter and buy it, but COVID by your master to give you. And moreover, and yet ministry, no coach to for Ponoso. Your marine police are on your sage mano, fishes enforcement unit on your sage mano, Navy form your sage mano. You need vessels, your career vessels, second chunk for Ponoso cry. We need to pay the Ghana marine, whatever. Sika and send a sack on ship and said a couple. Maybe by a couple several times. My wife, the minister, go to see and arrest people. Where we have police for the marine police, because we don't have that resource to be chasing people out high and up on the sea. And so we need to work cooperatively. When you say in Nigeria, I do and if Ghana Trawlers Association back out here. It is first of all to tell us, say, into Hamana, between more licenses, licenses.
I'm not telling you, say, you're but actually, you're the baby, you, and your sanity.
Oh, that be the point of the matter is that we are in a negotiation trying to find an amicable solution to end this matter. Because, first of all, transshipment is illegal, both in international laws and Ghana laws. So nobody will sit at the ministry. Obi intermediate, like I said, cycle into uncle. So nobody will do that. But the education, what I say, because my year for 35 years, we will buy another course wage. It's affecting people. We need to dialogue and we need to educate. We need to find a way. It's as a result of this. Now, you have a short-term measure. Been a manufacturer, no long-term, short-term measure. Being said, gear audit. Everyone now want the pan. I'm getting changing. No, should now while it's beyond 10 meters. We need to bring it down to 10 meters. And a long-term measure, medium-term measure, and co-management, the co-management is actually what will address the issue at the beaches to make sure the running to info Hema and Hema or Copper on the boa on the Bibia or Kafan Mabano, it should leave the coastal communities. And number two, say aluminum quite a for person Montonama, a ban way, MPP a ban way, then now do I buy all this cash for Jumama, landing beaches from Panuina, no. Or harbor baku Jamestown, or say harbor baku Elmina, and say vessels some baby Elmina ho. I'm will be open to be in the long term no. When you name me be out to my cycle with Manacofum. So it's something that is well thought through.
Okay.
And yes, we have politics, election ability, open so can some by nature. Who wouldn't say we have put in a lot of measures, short term, medium term, long term measures.
Honorable Atukujo, I mean, this is a simple, straightforward question. Saikoi, Sabine in the 90 firm. My chaswa, it will give the government a bad name. It will not give the government a bad name. It will create problems for fisher folks and traders whose livelihood depends on this. May say, if the whole central region, what's it fisher folks are? Our livelihood depending on Saikoi. No, make fisher folks are in our industry. Fisher folks are. We are talking about fishmongers. Fish processors, fish dealers, and all those people. We're up to Siani. And think of fire effects on a dozen. Anything I can say, and I'm not after all. Yes, one farm and almost pa, Yeniponoso, on my trip with Ponemu, and Tomon farm Betama, and Common farm Betama. Now, ministry recorded a banya sika woman and Tom Manco for a more personamino. And I know accident I did by my age. And if as far as I know, no, a Benjamin says cycle is a band, it is illegal. There were issues with the implementation.
ya call drawing board aye implementation we adwuma. Unfortunately COVID by e betre fia em so bi mu afa ye blind side almost aye cycle ne biom no. Yes say ya te asam we ye be call back aken we adwuma. But say when the ministry adwuma na what asam no na when the media you don't even report you there's nothing at the ministry then there's also more you meet your hayambra or you meet your friend nimpa betema na okay cycle nsem. It is not the way to go. It's not the way that if you really want to work, if your aim is to make sure that cycle goes out. One time, some church on some kabuchi, one for the international media. Come to the ministry that has a mandate to manage this. The ministry, which under the leadership of Nanato Dankwa, we have been able to stop cycle for a whole full year. We have stopped cycle for a whole full year.
JF Environmental Justice Foundation for Baso. So by 2018, you were able to stop cycle. But it looks like Ceci and Nansaya Albanity as a moya for more time. But media no
but we work cooperatively. What I say, they are aware that we are in a dialogue with EU. Your friend say, yeah, dialogue. November, I was in Brussels. We were Sunday. And Mame Apoli from Semase and again me to come to Brussels on this negotiation. Yeah, 2 negotiations this year. Dialogue and moving forward. As a result, we are bringing out new policies. We are changing our fisheries completely to address these cycle issues. It is there, but enforcement is weak. And say the LI bar, everybody make sure say we're involving the traditional authorities, some of the American corporate co-management policy, no, bring the traditional authorities around. Momuya, Abo Boyama, and Saya Day, near Kosan to Quay. They are aware. And to say, be a year, no one can say a quackada because COVID in a Juan Obian to me, quick baby. Distance, social distance measures, no, a man, my way. Let's say, baby, get back to us. We have our team. So bring this to us. We will rise up and we'll fight the fight. See, as a result, no, and I may say, you're going to Mankasim this year. I've stopped by the way, my Mankasim bridges. So I'm going to open a conference there. I invited him, Socrates, to come there to make input because we are developing marine fisheries management policy to address this cycle menace once and for all. And as government, we don't work like CSOs work. So when we just there, say. You need to be every government talking about so you have to measure your policy. You're the policy buyer. Now we are going to review the policy, evaluate it. How is it affecting fishing? How is it affecting industry? How is it affecting the livelihood of the people whose industry we are
okay.
Managing?
Next issue has to do with fishing observers. More assigning one more to the various trawlers. Reporter, one more de bano. How do you act on it?
William, fishing of we are born by say you be do a baby to make because observers no information and say Ghanaian funa ya phone wa yetu on come with verses no majority of them are in bed with the Chinese people. And report have no Evamanja Yes Foundation by your report no. We share a observers report no. You don't find anything implicating. And yes, or more reporting way. The only amount with the bar and the side may one day make your full vessels. Your full vessels. Now, and no man reporting no A+ in the A++. But yes, sign kosher container. They have a lot of A+. Maybe say I want to say, and they are more to have an omocho. That is what they gave us. In the Ghana, when I had to have controversy on Mutuacano, they are in bed. There are a lot of reports. They are coming to us. And see, we keep retraining them. By end of the year, we'll take them out.
Okay.
And some people go on a short trip and come back.
But Honorable, like I said, reporter, EJF for Wamutrono on the fishing observers, it is not implicating enough. Is that the case, Sanity?
And yeah, EJF ensure on fishing observers. So observers of vessels in the moon. They are to report activities on high seas in the vessel. Okay, to one report, one report. So we got a cycle or vessel bima. observer no sort of activities be a over cinema mine. And for instance, they should tell us, say, and then vessel way or ton cycle. So if you don't get that report, you can't act on it. Are you with me?
Me too, but it's a papa.
Oh, but what you?
Me too.
Yeah, far observers. Me friends say policy for. Ye ni our eyes. More vessel no more. Ship no more. I dare because we ship will be a catcher ye. Omo to boa, so what was a to boa. Omo Panama, she said, Cassioman said, Omo to be upon us so. Ni a catcher he. No money Chinese for na ya back. And she said, Omo to upon us some compa, Omo boy, and there's a matter upon us. Na yen to me, young Juma. Most of the time. Menkasa said, Omo in ISA. But Kaka and Sakano, no court, your prescription. And because the law allows for arbitration, most of them allow for arbitration. If your vessel comes to arbitration, then you are accepting to pay $1 million. And the law also allows you to negotiate payment. And a lot of them have negotiated payment. But majority of the reports, it doesn't actually capture some of the reports. Vessel window autonomous, it doesn't capture that.
Well, and untina observers here, be quite to me, I will see. You know, much you crime you, Emmanuel Lessian, say, I can say, you who see a name sunny on the case in the Quacory. I am some more fishes ministry. So, of course, they were put there by fishes ministry. Yes. And Assembly Siano quickly were informed. We called the vessel to the port. And I had the Assembly police CID. CID has submitted about 3 reports. Omo conversion mo koye forensic audit. Omo kohwehwe ya so mo blood and I baby woman. Ni na omo akoye sa auditing na no. They couldn't find anything. You understand? And I kind of for when no every single person on the vessel has been interviewed. And the Chinese people have been interviewed. Chinese demo I saw that ya ko akohwe ni na. Enti asame ya so much say the family of boy no is involved. Enti they are involved. So every step of the way they know what is happening. They are being updated. Enti enya dey say fishing in ministry yen that was asam no. And as I said yen na yekwa pono so ekosu obi to pono mu say of course he's our employee. Enti yewe. But the problem is that observers they should know that so we could do bisika say one show report to be Navy eventual show report now conversion man. I'm not suggesting such an from where baby. Anything can happen. Because say wona wabeji misika be say 10,000. We will show report and make over $2 million and $1 million. Ebia Mrs. say there are many bad bros my baby. I'm not saying that is what happened. But I'm telling you, say it is dangerous for observers to go to the Chinese people and take money from them. And then eventually, if you don't write the report to us, you are breaching our contract. Put your report, you are putting yourself in danger. In each way, you are putting yourself in a danger. And so, they come to the ministry, they beg, we give them this job. No one chose report. Very dangerous. It doesn't help us to manage the industry the way we want to manage. And it's the cause of the persistent way of cycle. Because so much report by a car. Versus a car. First of all, you have your licenses. And unto sky mon call licenses. Second offender, between your licenses. Who decide reporting by? You can almost say, hey, I'm sure we no more than 10,000, not 20,000. No, would do when you go in China. If you understand about cost, we have seen you in a giant. That's our cost. Okay. Honorable Mamma, answer, Jinasubami, Socrates. Oh, Socrates. Hello, Socrates. Okay. Socrates, a home article. But Honorable Wadar, my mesro. Edwada. Come here on studio. Nanka, Yamre. Na iya twetwe nkomo efa sai kwayi ho adwuma jita fo wo mo eye se nkomo efa fishes wo nyina no nkedwada ma memre kakra na ka bra 8 am but baba because for adwuma ni hen send you hen ni say send almost say ministry ni by my catch Ghana for acha say omampai kufo what friend say akufo adu aban is the single government that has put more resources on this Sikasha Afredo Waganache Abambiara
we have put more resources than any OSHA apart from Tamahaba Yesi or from Abraso fish. And then say about some Jonah there no. About way Kufona, President Kufona site to say, yeah, fishing line site to Ghana. About be about to me yet. Sikana, I don't want to say the fishing line site to my father. Yano for the Chomusim and Tiamun to my yet. Akufa do buy so by yet. Now we have 10 line sites that are Yesu or Ghana. Yeah, you have 2 fishing harbors or Jamestown and Elimina, Yesi. Yeah, the 2 line sites are cut no. What a confirmation come a confirm no suit. Like the bell line site to Tom this month here. And say about with discussion, Osha Adom motors. Obi buy also the 2,000 about Mano. Yeah, the 5,000 from Koda. Yeah, the 8,000 from Ministry of Finance. About 13,000 Adom motors. Now buy the bra for already among on net free of charge. And I will share fishes award now. Personal credit, Tabo, and one amount. And the amount tax, 5 tax to all the sectors of the industry. And it's about way of the break of Papa. I could find a buy here the make of for. And a for. And you buy our vessel for Juma. Or you buy a vessel for Juma and air coordinating. We are introducing technology into fisheries management. And she may say, more be unfair and to tune in team say, about with person for Juma. Now, do you catch and say, as far as is concerned, every sector of the economy, he will bring technology. And the health of fish is also, the technology is coming to the fishing sector. And I'll be glad to come there and then speak a lot about what we have done.
Good.
Because we bring my day.
Eduarda, Wadaruma, Pebre, na senior was a bonobra, na introduce Uncle Mui.
May I say, finally, no, I fell for non that. No one to Abama Banya or break a fire for. Honorable, don't tell so no,
and found no crown man, how they drive over, nothing hono.
Go swing to some catch on some careers, no matter Abama MPP in another. Don't tell someone you are Pama.
May I say, Honorable Atukujo, Deputy Minister in charge of Fisheries, Member of Parliament for Ekumfi. Eduarda, Waba. Now say, don't share any memory. Ya to trim come on ta fare for many anoma fare for mo poano a free from antem the kopma toya mantem Eduarda ye ba mo ba mame fansia na me fasida Emma DBS roofing sheet Franco Trading Enterprise o madaroma ena